Here tonight to give the board an update on this project. If you recall, this is the Green Light Go money that was applied for a couple years ago for upgrades to the signals at on South Point Boulevard. There was a grant and then there was a match that was required. SPOA 1 and SPOA 2 have provided a little over $100,000 match on the project. And I don't want to steal all Mike's thunder, but we took bids again, and he can give you the recap.
All right, just to refresh everybody's memory, this was a Green Light Go grant application that was submitted close to 3 years ago. Took about 9 months for PennDOT to award the grants, another handful of months to go through the agreement process. Then there was the three-party agreement between the township and SPOA 1 and SPOA 2. We then went into the design process. We originally did the project in the spring of this year. The grant was set to expire at the end of June of this year. As a result of the timing and as a result of changes in technology from the time we did the application to today, or when we bid it the first time, we only received one bid, and the contractor for that bid included an adaptive system that didn't meet the spec. So it's a new manufacturer that was trying to break into PA. The capabilities of their system didn't meet the requirements that we had spec'd in the program, so the bid was invalid. Is it still on? Okay. So we then went and met with SPOA 1, SPOA 2, and started the process of trying to figure out when we can rebid this, how we can rebid it to make sure we get a responsible bid and to make sure that we're getting a bid that's reasonable and that falls within the grant amount or as close to it as possible. When we went through the process internally, we started looking at some of the systems that are available and updating our cost estimates to see where things were going to land. And we were expecting costs to come in, anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 higher than what the grant amount was for, depending on the system that was purchased. So we worked with a couple of different manufacturers. We worked with contractors. We rebid the project as a base bid and an alternate bid based on our estimates, hoping that we would at least get the base bid work done, which would be for 5 of the signals, and then potentially could expand to the other 2 signals, either with another grant application or in the future as a different project. So we did it as an alternate just in case to see what the numbers came in at. And we ended up getting 6 contractors pick up the package, only 2 bid it. It's the 2 that are essentially bidding all the traffic signal work in Western PA. And the system that they spec out, or that they included in their bid, meets all of the specs. It's a system that's been used in this southwestern Pennsylvania, and they're very competitive. And because it was a competitive project and we got a year extension on the grant, we ended up getting a total amount for the base bid and the alternate bid that was only slightly over the total grant amount. So at this point, our recommendation is let's go forward with the whole project. It's a good contractor, it's a responsible bid, it's a good system, and we're just a little bit higher than what the grant amount was. This, what you're seeing on the total here was that the total bid was from Traffic Control and Engineering, $525,560.10. The total grant amount for construction was $491,000, a little over $491,000. The local match required per the grant agreement was a little over $104,000, which was already paid and split by SPOA 1 and SPOA 2. $386,000 coming from the grant, so it's a little over $34,000 that's short, from the base bid and the alternate bid combined, which we think our recommendation is to move forward with it. The whole project is one today.
The 2 would not be included, or what 2 would be out if the alternate isn't accepted?
The way we did the base bid is we were going to do the 5 to the south, so technology north, technology south, Consol, all the way down to Morganza, and then the 2 to the north, so corporate and the I-79 southbound ramps.
These 2 are the alternate up here at Tom, the 2 to the north.
It lends itself to that because of the distance between corporate and technology north, we need to get a repeater pole with a radio on it to be able to communicate because of topography. So that lent itself to a break in the base bids, the alternate bids.
So there's nothing to do with the concern of PennDOT has about traffic backing up on 79 getting off that exit?
No.
It has nothing to do with that
No, the system itself, the adaptive system, I think I presented it, at least in the past, but the adaptive system, the technology today, what happens in a corridor like South Point Boulevard is there's so much change in tenants and who's in what building and where they are and the types of tenants that are in those buildings. And the traffic fluctuates not only daily, but maybe month to month, depending on what's happening down there. There's events, things like that. With the technology that's out there today, you can time these signals and just give them parameters for each one of the intersections. They don't talk to each other. They're essentially isolated intersections, and they operate how you tell them to. The adaptive system actually is a program that's in the controller. It's their cameras, and it's real time. So it actually adjusts the timings of each signal. They talk to each other. They adjust their timings throughout the day on a real-time basis based on the actual traffic patterns.
So you're saying because those two aren't clustered near those other five, they don't quite need to talk together, talk at each other?
Ideally for the whole corridor, it's going to be most efficient when they do all talk, but because there's a big enough of a gap between those two, if it made sense to sever it anywhere, that's where it made sense.
All right, but talking to PennDOT officials, they're always talking about that they're worried about broken tail light glass on 79. I mean, if the South One intersection was backing up. If those were two of the five and not two being considered as the alternative, would that help that circumstance, the backup on 79?
This system absolutely will help that.
Well, I was just saying that according to PennDOT, that's the most critical area we have is the interchange right there for.
I mean, we're pleased with the results. We were worried it was going to be, we're asking the township to spend the $35,000 because at this, up until this point, the township's not had to include any funds.
Okay, I understand that. I thought those were too critical. I thought those had been the original five.
It's just as critical with the Organza end, albeit it's not a ramp from I-79, but the volumes and the traffic patterns going down there are just as heavy, if not heavier, as they are up in the north.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
What was the motion for the alternate also?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. 170-2019, consider the request of J&D Properties for the acceptance of a portion of Windance Drive in Pinion Court subject to the solicitor's review of the deed of dedication and waiving the requirement for the maintenance bond as requested by the developer.
Mr. Chairman, before we go on to this, should we have had the 34,000 listed in that last motion? That was the,
We can provide we'll make sure the detail is provided with that motion.
we'll just include that 34,000, it's not in that motion.
I talked to the solicitor, she said we can attach, we'll just attach the detail with the minutes.
Thank you.
Sorry. Consider the request of J&D Properties for the acceptance of a portion of Windance Drive in Pinion Court, subject to the solicitor's review of the deed of dedication and waiving the requirement for the maintenance bond as requested by the developer.
Yeah, this project has been installed for several years. The final wearing course is down. There's been inspections completed. Mr. DiNardo made the request for the acceptance of this portion of the road, which will take it from Profio Road all the way back to the piece that's already accepted. So this would complete out the main road acceptance within the plan, with the exception of phase 3 that we still have that portion yet to be accepted. So I asked Joe to be here tonight if there were any questions from the board, and you have a copy of his letter with the request. So here.
Do you have
I drive a quick look at it, looks like it's up pretty shape.
Yeah, the roads are in good condition.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second? The motion dies for lack of a second. Okay. 170, I'm sorry, go ahead. Is there something you wanted to say about that?
I'm Joseph Denardo. What is the status of the road at this point?
I guess it would remain in your custody at this point. The board did not, unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable making that second, although I agree with taking it over. I live on that street, so I'm going to personally abstain from this, but you would have.
Well, I guess the board, just for Mr. DiNardo's edification, I mean, there's a developer's agreement that requires the township to take the road over. He has asked for the waiver of the maintenance bond. Is that something the board would consider with the maintenance bond?
How long was the maintenance bond for?
18 months. The road's been in for 4 years. That's why he made the request for the waiver. I mean, there have been no maintenance issues there. It was reviewed by Bill Barroff before tonight's meeting. I think Bill was comfortable with it.
You okay with it, Bill?
I am fine with it, yes. Joe and I had spoken.
That's what I was going to ask you, Dan. You mentioned on your report what, I think you said it was in good shape. I didn't think like years was there.
Yeah, it was completed in 2015. The final wearing course was down, so it's just been sitting there since then.
I just make a comment. I apologize for the length of time it expired. I thought this was already accepted. And I was notified by my office that we're actually still being taxed on the road right away. So I'm not even sure if the township has access to the liquid fuel funds right now as a result of the formality of the public right away. So, you know, I think it probably would be in the interest of the township, I would think, you know, from liquid fuel funds perspective to finalize it. And the other question I had is that
Let me put it up. Now that that's kind of been explained, let me see. Ron, does your motion hold?
Sure.
Do I have a second now?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'm going to abstain, so now it passes. Thank you. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. 171, 2019, consider as past practice setting Thursday, October 31st as the date for trick or treat in Cecil Township from the hours of 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. If you are participating, please leave your porch light on. Do I have a motion?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Passes 5-0. 172, 2019, consider engaging the services of Hill and Law Group for the purpose of negotiating contract renewal for the Comcast franchise agreement at a proposed cost of $12,420. Don, do you want to explain that, or do you want me to, or let you know?
Sure. So Dan Cowan and his group, this is pretty much all they do is these franchise negotiations, and they're up on the law, and they kind of cornered the market in this area. So, you know, I would recommend that you engage their services. It's probably going to be the best bang for your buck to do a renewal on this. A lot of times they can save the townships some money and find some monies for the township. If it's something you want your regular solicitor to do, we have to get up to speed, and I think you'd probably be paying just as much anyway. So I recommend you utilize someone. They have their expertise in this area.
Does everybody understand why we're renewing our contract, our franchise?
Well, what else is negotiable, Gretchen, other than the franchise fee itself, the percentage, which I know we're to max?
Yeah, so if you guys are at the max, that's one issue. I'm not sure what else is negotiable, but they know all the ins and outs of these agreements. I'm just not comfortable doing it.
Dawn, do you know what else could be in that agreement? What could change in that?
We are at the maximum for the franchise limit. They, as part of their review, they also perform an audit to make sure that the past year's under the franchise agreement that the funds that were supposed to be dispersed to the township were correctly accounted for.
How extensive, like how far when they say they'll do an audit?
They go back from the beginning for the length of our franchise agreement. It was 5 years.
That would be worthwhile right there.
Just for the audit?
They